Welcome back to episode 2 of this solo roleplay series that I've decided to start up. Um, this is just something I've wanted to do for a long time, and I think that since I've been having trouble going to sleep, I might as well take advantage of this spare time I have and do this. So last time we played, we explored from the hamlet of Bailey Hospice, one hex to the southeast, and there was these grassy plains, along with a bandit lair, which we explored. And as I recall, because I have these notes written here, Ren was captured by the bandits. And Emily managed to get back to the hamlet of Bailey Hospice, and she is inconsolable, trying to find help so that she can rescue Ren. And that's where we are right now. I've decided that at the start of every session, I'm going to roll up 2 characters if there was any missing or dead characters the previous session. So because Ren counts as a missing and or dead character, we're going to roll up 2 brand new characters. Let's get this dice over here. And using our previous homebrew rules, we're going to roll 4d6. We're going to re-roll all ones, and we're going to get rid of the lowest one after that. This is going to give us really beefy characters. So let's get started. This 1 has to get re-rolled. That leaves this 3 out of here, and we've got a 15. So this first person's strength is 15, which is pretty good, if I do say so myself. This 2 goes bye-bye, and this is another 15, Jesus. Oh my goodness. This is, I think that's 17. Jeez. All right. This is a 1, so we re-roll that. And that's another 17. This might be the highest scoring guy of all time. So 14, okay. And the last one, he's got a bunch of really good scores, and it's kind of ridiculous. So this is 13, I think. 5 plus 4 is 9, plus another 4 is 13, yeah. 13. All right, so let's do another set of stats for that sheet down there. This goes bye-bye, and we're left with 13 strength. This chair of mine is really squeaky, huh? I can hear it in the video that I had in the future. Oh, this has got to get re-rolled. This got to get re-rolled again. So we're left with a 12. This is going bye-bye. And this is a 15, I think. Yeah, 15 wisdom. These 2 ones got to get re-rolled. And then this one's got to get re-rolled. We drop a 2, and that is 12, I think. This gets re-rolled. This gets dropped. That's an 11. So this is not foolproof to get you super high scores. It's still capable. You're still going to get rolls that are kind of low. And this is a 13. You're just going to minimize the chance of your character getting all 8s and 9s and 7s. This chair, I'm going to switch it out. We'll be right back. And we're back. Ah, see? This chair makes no noise. Much better. Alright, so we've got our two characters made. Or rather, we've got the stats for them. So now we're going to figure out what kind of characters they are. Well, let's pick the races first. As previously mentioned, we're going to roll a d6. And if it's a 1 or 2, there's a chance that they're not human. Otherwise, they're human. So that first one is a human. I want my game to be human-centric, where humans are very, very common. And same thing with the second one. Oh, we got a 1. So that means there's a chance that this next guy is not a human. So we roll a d10. We look over here at the races. And we count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This guy's a half orc. That's really interesting. Let's see. I think the half-orc gets some modifiers, right? Let's go look at that. Half-elf, halfling, half-orc. Alright, so half-orcs get -2 charisma, +1 con, and +1 strength. So let's do that. So -2 charisma will put this boy at 11. And +1 constitution, +1 strength. Constitution will put him at 12. And +1 strength will put him at 14. So the only thing that's really changing is his charisma modifier. It used to be positive, but now it's just, it's nothing. Which is fine. We can have an unlikable orc, half-orc. That's kind of like their thing, right? So for our human, I think there's a bunch of classes. We can't really reduce it to just a d20. But we're going to do that anyway. So here we go. 12. Let's take a look at this. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So since gnome is there, the next closest one is fighter. We're going to make this a fighter. Our human fighter. Now, if we look at the half-orc, I think they have a limited variety of classes they can be. Yeah. So they can be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They can be 5. So we'll roll a d6 and we'll ignore 6s. We'll just re-roll 6s. 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. I think we already have a fighter, so I'm just going to choose cleric. That's right. I just chose it. Who's going to stop me? Nobody. This pen is being problematic. There we go. Okay. So let's figure out their alignments. On a 1 or a 2, this is lawful. 3 or 4 is neutral, and 5 and 6 is chaotic. So this is our lawful human fighter. And same thing for our half-orc cleric. That is a neutral half-orc cleric. Alrighty, let's get the saving throws down for these two guys. Cleric. Here we go. So Oh, cleric has a D of 11, a W of 12, a P of 14, a B of 16, an S of 15. And the fighter now. Fighter, D of 12, W of 13, P of 14, B of 15, and S of 16. Okay, we're almost done here. I know that our fighter is going to start off with, I think that was, that's what we said, right? We're going to start with maximum HP at level 1, right? I think so. So our fighter has a hit die of a D8, which means that they'd start off with maximum of 8. And he's got a constitution bonus of 14, so he starts with 9 hit points. This guy's armor class would be 10, but since his dexterity is 17, I believe he gets a +2 to that. I think. Let's take a look here and make sure. Where is the section on ability scores? Ability scores, here we go. So dexterity of 17. He's got initiative of just +1. That's fine. So +1. And his armor class is +2, so it's 12. So he's got a strength of 15, so he's got a +1 to melee. And he's got a dexterity. Oh, whoops, I'm writing on the wrong sheet. That's funny. Right here. +1 and +2. So that's our human fighter. Now we got to do the half-orc cleric. The cleric, I believe, starts off with a D6 hit die, which means he's gonna start off with 6, and he doesn't have a constitution. Uh-oh, Lady Day. Hi, Lady Day. That's really nice of you. You can't sleep? Well, I'm very happy to see you in my chat. I'm just doing a little D&D by myself. Thank you for the subscription. That's really nice of you. Right, so this cleric, this half-orc cleric, is going to start with a maximum of this D6. Hi! So he gets 6, and he doesn't have any constitution modifier. His AC starts at 10, because he has no outstanding dexterity, which means his initiative is also 0. He gets a +1 to his melee, but he gets nothing for ranged attacks. And I think at that point we're finished. We just need to pick equipment for these boys. So let's go look at that. Let's go look that up. She can't sleep, so she's in my DMs. I put her to sleep when she's in my DMs. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. We got 24. So you know what we can do? We can take this D12 and we can take any other die and we can roll them. If any other die is an odd number, we just have whatever the value of the 12-sided die is. But if it's an even number, we add 12 to this. This should get us a number between 1 and 24. So let's start with the human fighter. We're going to give them each 2 pieces of equipment. So that's an even number, which means that we're adding 12 to 9. And I believe that would give us... Oh, I am so bad at math. 21, I think. Yeah, 21. So if this is a list of 24, 23, 22, 21. Okay. So our human fighter has a pack of torches. He's got 6 of them. Torches times 6. Let's do the same thing again. 8 with a 2, so we're adding 12, which means that we're at 20. So the half-orc cleric has 3 stakes and a mallet. I think he thinks he's vampire hunting. Stake times 3 mallet. Let's do it again. 1 and 1. The fighter has a backpack. And 3, and this is even, so we add 12. So that's 15. So let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Rope. Alrighty. Let's just pick out some weapons for them. For the human fighter, we're just going to give him a sword. We'll give him a short sword. He doesn't have a big fancy sword just yet. A short sword. We'll give the half-orc a warhammer. We'll give them both leather for now. So I know that leather armor would normally give them 12 armor class. So this guy, because he's wearing leather now, would put him up to 14. And that means our orc over here would be up to 12. And now we just need names. Now, I am not good with names. I've never been good with names. So we're going to go pull out one of our resources to get a name. So let's take a look. Let's see. We'll go over here to the table of contents. We're looking for people, and we want names. 152. 152. Here we go. So human. There's 3 tables for human males and human females. We're gonna roll a d6. On an odd, it's a male, and on an even, it's female. This is a female. Our human fighter's a female. So let's get a 20-sided die here. This is a 6. And there's 3 tables, right? So let's roll a d6. And that's the first table, 6. Our human fighter's name is Asta. Asta. Now what about our half-orc here? We'll do the same deal. Odd, it's a dude. Even, it's a lady. It's another lady. Sure. Who am I to deny the dice? So let's go look for names. I don't think this has half-orc names. Yeah. We're not going to get half-orc names out of here. Let's pick a dwarf name for our half-orc. And she's a lady, so let's roll this. We've got a 3. And we're looking on dwarven female names. Our half-orc's name is Durif. So we got Durif the half-orc, and we got Asta the human fighter. Okay. So we have 3 new characters, and we know that one of the characters who's going out is Emily. So Emily's like, she's going out no matter what. Now, Emily has a choice between these four people, and only one of them is going to come out with her. Let's see. We're going to put Ren to the side because he's no longer in play at the moment. He's a damsel in distress for all intents and purposes. So here are our four characters that are available at the tavern. And we're going to roll a d4 and we'll see which one of them wants to go with Emily. 1. Asta, the human fighter, is going to go with Emily back into that bandit lair to save Ren. Okay. Very good. So, we are starting day 2 of our adventure here. Day 2. And we're starting at 8 a.m. So, I don't think they have anything pressing they need to do. They're just going to travel over to the bandit lair. But they might run into an encounter along the way there. So let's roll a spooky die. And on a 1, on the way to the bandit lair, they encounter something. No. Emily and Asta find their way from the village of Bailey Hospice back into the bandit lair. Here's our bandit lair. And we're starting off. Oh, you know what? I gotta clean this up. This was how many turns the previous party had spent in the dungeon. But we don't need to know that right now. So let's clean this up and we'll get a brand new, fresh turn tracker. It might be worthwhile for me to invest in some erasable things, but until then, we're just going to keep writing it down like this. So, we got Asta and we got Emily. And they come down the stairs, 30 feet of stairs, and they arrive at this area right here. We already know that the bandit lair has these pillars that are warm running all throughout it in every room. When Emily and Asta come down the stairs, we're going to check to see if an encounter happens. And on a 1 or 2, bullshit happens. 5, they're fine. Emily's leading the way. I don't think she made it out with any treasure whatsoever. Like, everything got dropped. So she's heading from here over to 2, and that takes 10 minutes. And from 2, she's heading down the hall with Asta to 3. There's a sitting room here. And there's this doorway with a locked portcullis leading to another section of the dungeon. We're going to make a note here. Locked portcullis. I don't actually know if that's how you spell it, but we're just going to run with that. Once they get here, we have to check to see if they run into an encounter. An encounter happens. Is everything still the same from last time? You know what? On a 1 or a 2, it's an encounter with something unusual. Otherwise, it's bandits. It's bandits. Do we remember how many bandits we killed last time? I think I think there were only 3 left. So let's come here. Let's look up the listing for bandits. Where are you, bandits? Bandits, here. Number pairing, D8. So we're going to grab a D8. And the maximum amount of bandits that can pop up here are 3. 3. Okay. So it seems like, to me, this is where the bandits and Ren are being held. In this room here. Maybe Emily and Asta encounter the bandits about to bring Ren through this portcullis. Let's draw this out. We've got our battle mat here. And let's see. We need a few things. One of those things is markers. We'll need these guys. So let's draw out what we see here on this map. Each one of these little squares is actually 10 feet. So this is 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. And then 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. All the way down here. And this is a doorway here. And now here's a doorway here. And that's the scene that we have right here. Let's check the Hex Crawl Adventures to see if there's anything in the room that we could figure out by throwing some dice. Random room contents. Here we go. So for this, we're going to need one of each die type. So we need a D4. Let's get small dice. We'll get a D4. We'll get a D6. We'll get a D8. We'll get a D10, a D12, and a D20. So we're going to throw these. We're going to drop them onto the mat here, onto the grid. And then we're going to reference with this paper here what those various numbers mean. Anything that doesn't pop up on here, we're just going to ignore it. And let's try and spread things out a little bit. So, ones are trash. We'll say here, there's a little bit of trash. We'll say it's just like rags and stuff like that. And over here is a bigger amount of trash. We'll say this is like rusted up equipment, broken, unusable. What is a 5? A 5 is a large furnishing. We know that this is a sitting room, so we can make this pews. Places where people sit. Maybe destroyed or something. A 7. What is a 7? A 7 is a large furnishing according to the room type. So let's put this over here. And we'll say that in this area there is an overturned table. And this 14 over here in the corner is a tapestry. We'll get a different color for that guy. We'll use orange. We'll make it like this. Oh, you can barely see that. I don't really like that. That's a no. Let's use purple. We'll put a tapestry right here. Put it on the floor here. Okay. So that's our initial setup. Let's figure out where these bandits are. Well, for one, we got to figure out where our party members are, I guess, right? That would be helpful. Emily is orange. And Asta, we're going to make her black. And we've got 3 bandits, the maximum possible here. We can put this away since we don't need this anymore. We need 3 bandits. I remember from last time that the bandit captain was not killed. So we'll put the bandit captain here. And we need 2 other bandits. So here's another bandit hiding behind this table, crouched under. And 1 more bandit. And we've already decided this is where Ren is. So we're going to make Ren this red star. Emily is leading the way, so she's going to roll initiative. Let's do like this. We can see our cards. She doesn't get any initiative bonus, so she gets a 0. Let's get this 6 over here. And then for the bandits, I believe they get a +1, but we're going to check just to make sure. Bandit initiative. No, they don't get any bonus. So the big one is our players, and the small one is the bandits. Ties go in favor of the players. Players go first. All right. Emily is going to throw a javelin at the captain. We're going to roll a d20. And it's short range, I think, so we're going to add 1. That's a 14, which does hit. The javelin does d4. And that's 2 points of damage for this captain here. Let's check our notes. How much HP does this captain have? Okay. So we're going to check. He's got 1 hit die. He's got 6 hit points, the captain. And these guys have 5 each. Okay. So Emily has thrown her javelin, and she's going to take a step on top of this trash here so she can get a vantage point. And Asta is going to run up to that captain and take a swing. Asta gets a +1 on her melee, for 12, which does not hit, and that's the end of her turn. This bandit here is taking a shot at Emily. We're adding nothing, using a short bow. That's a miss. This bandit over here comes over and takes a swing at Asta. That is a miss. The captain takes a swing, and that's also a miss. And that's the end of that turn. Back to the players. Emily throws another javelin at the captain. She adds +1 for it being in short range, and that's a hit. Will this be the end of the captain? 2 points of damage. He's taken 4 total, and he only has 6 HP. Emily's taking a swing at the captain. That's a hit. And she's using the short sword. This might be the end right here for the captain. And it is. The captain is slain. Emily runs her short sword through him, through his guts. And he dies gurgling blood. These guys are going to make a morale check because their captain just passed away. Let's take a look at what the morale of the bandits are. So the morale of these bandits seems like it's an 8. So we roll 2d6, and if we roll underneath morale, they're fine. But if we roll over, they panic. That is 5. They're staying in the fight. This bandit runs up to Asta and takes a swing with his short sword. And that's a miss. And Asta's getting hit again by the second one. And that's a hit. The short sword does D6. And Asta takes 4 points of damage. So she's down to 5. It's the player's turn once again. This doesn't make much sense. We're going to do like this. We're going to clean this up a little bit. We'll do 5, 9. Emily comes down, takes a swing at the second bandit. Emily gets a +1 to her melee. That's a miss, though. Asa takes a swing at the punk down there. We add 1. That's a miss. We roll both attacks, 1 on each player. 1 hits, and I'm going to say it's on Asta. We're rolling a d6. This might be the end of Asta. 5. Oh, she's out. She's down and bleeding. Now it's Emily's turn. This is happening again. She can't believe that she's going to witness another person. She has to make a morale check because this is her trauma, fear of bandits. We're making a d20 roll and we're trying to get above P. She's all right. She's hanging in there. She's doing okay. She's making an attack against number 2. She's adding 1. That's a miss. It's the bandit's turn. 2 attacks against Emily. 1 hits. It's a short sword. Is this going to be the end of Emily? Off the table doesn't count. We re-roll that. Oh, that's embarrassing. Where'd my dice go? Oh, it's right there. Okay. Off the table doesn't count. Oh, my Lord. Emily is out. That's the end. We have to check to see if these bandits are going to kill them or capture them. On a 1 or 2, they take them alive. Otherwise, they kill them. there you have it, folks. That's the end of Emily and Asta. They've perished. These bandits have taken Ren captive, and they've killed Emily and Asta, who came to try and rescue them. Days and days later, in the hamlet of Bailey Hospice, Emily and Asta never return. We gotta write down here. These guys have ripped. Dead. Dead. When Emily and Asta never return and Ren is never recovered, the town goes into panic because they realize they're living close by to murderers. Not just bandits, but assassins, killers. That's crazy. Oh, these markers erase really nice. That's fantastic. Look at that shit. Like it never happened. Which means that they probably escaped into that sealed portcullis area. The legend of the bandits is starting to grow. Let's see. Where did I put this thing? Here we go. Let's make a note of this. Day 2. Emily and Asta travel to the bandit lair. Takes them an hour, 9 a.m. But barely 30 minutes go by. 30 minutes later, both are slain by the bandits. Town is in a quiet panic. Well, damn. It seems like we've discovered the fate of Ren. Ren is being held ransom by these bandits in this lair. And the two adventurers who went back to try and find them never returned. They were slain by these bandits. Man. Which means that when we get back next session, we're going to have to make 2 new characters and figure out who's going to try and go out. And if they even want to go, try and stop these bandits. But that's going to be this session. There are only 2 bandits remaining. If the people of the town of Bailey Hospice don't do something soon, these bandits might end up recruiting more members or fleeing here, and they'll never see Ren or get any closure whatsoever for what they've done. So that's really interesting. All right. This has been episode 2 of Old School Essentials Solo Roleplay with Eric the Goblin. Thanks, guys, for hanging out. We will get back to playing another day. Until then, I hope everyone has a lovely day.